Hey gang, Joyce Welsh with Skipping Calves Farms. I was working on a repair on the chicken tractor, or excuse me, on the poultry pen fencing, and noticed the sheep were over here in the fold. Walked over here and they walked down the lane. I've got just a real short video that I took, but I may not share. Why? Because it really doesn't, it doesn't show very much. They did go down. If you'll recall, I recently did an experiment where, let me go zoom this back down. There's the poultry pen, or the lane, and they did go down a little bit different path down the lane than they had been taken previously. And so they still walked down the center of it, but because the previous path wasn't in the center of where it's currently, they deviated from it. But that's just a follow-up on a previous video. This video I also wanted to just have a little fun with and show you what brought me over here. Was the mowing crew at first glance were inside the fold, but at second glance they were not, and they were rubbing up against a T-post. Now you take a look here and you think, which T-post do you think they were rubbing up against? And you know what? You're right. So let's take a look here. You can see where they were rubbing up against the top edge of that cage around my fodder willows, and it's not round at the top anymore. Thankfully I had the cage, so there's no damage to the willow. We'll just straighten that out. But that's the nature of working with animals, isn't it? They're always going to do something or catch your attention. That's what makes them so much fun. But anyway, I'm going to get back to the repair on the poultry pen post, and so I can go ahead and get my chickens on out as well. And one of the reasons too I came over here was they were no longer quietly chewing their cud. They were just kind of, well, they were rubbing up against that fencing. And so with that in mind, I decided to come over here. Why? Because I want them grazing. So if they're not chewing their cud and they're over here and they're not grazing, my thought was maybe I can come over, find out what they're doing, and if nothing else, my presence will get them back out on the grass. And guess what? I was successful. Number one, I found out what they were doing, stopped them from doing it, and got them out on the grass. So, with that, gang, I will leave you blessings for the day and just keep chasing the dream.